Jo, herzlich willkommen mal wieder zu einem neuen Video auf Openmind-Trompete und heute haben wir wieder ein paar alte LSD-Experimente, die wir uns anschauen. Also früher hat man da ja sehr viel experimentiert und mal schauen, was wir für Experimente heute am Start haben.
LSD was isolated by Stoll and Hoffman in a Sandoz pharmaceutical company of Basel, Switzerland. When in 1943 Hoffman became temporarily psychotic through accidental ingestion of the drug, the doors swung wide open for research into the nature of the schizophrenic process and in a larger sense into the biochemistry of psychoses. TV's Paul Coates of Confidential File undertook to film a model psychosis in our laboratory in an attempt to impress upon the public through a case of artificial insanity that the mentally
Es
ill...
ist ja immer so ein Ding, dass man sagt, LSD macht Artificial Insanity, also künstliche Verrücktheit, aber ich weiß gar nicht, ob das so quasi wirklich so ist. Also ich glaube, das ist so ein Irrtum. Man fühlt sich zwar auf LSD verrückt, aber es ist jetzt nicht, glaube ich, genau das Gleiche, was jetzt schizophrene Leute erfahren. Irgend sowas habe ich mal gehört, dass es dann eine falsche Vermutung war.
...is not inhabited by the devil. The battery of psychological tests compressed into 4 short hours will not be shown here. Our attention will be focused on the experiences of our volunteer subject, Bill.
It's exactly 12 o'clock and we're ready to start this experiment. I'm going to give you this cup that contains lysergic acid, 100 microgram. Will you drink it? How did it taste?
It had no taste.
How did it look?
Colorless.
Now, would you tell me your name, please?
William Millark.
And what is your address?
3540 The Paseo, Los Angeles, 65.
And your age?
34.
I would like to ask you to describe me your profession.
I'm an artist.
Oh, ein Künstler.
That's true.
Yes. So suppose we're going to ask Mr. Coates to come in here and act as the subject, and Mr. Mante, our technician, will give us your equipment.
Oh, surely.
And your charcoal, and here you are, ready to go.
Oh, fine.
Bill, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
How's this?
That seems good. If you just look over this way.
Da bin ich jetzt gespannt.
So many of the changes produced by this drug have to be described verbally. And here we have the advantage of an artist who is able to draw a sketch, and you can see all the changes just by simply observing the various distortions that will take place in your own portrait. That's just about ready then, is that right?
Well, as far as I can go without distorting it too much.
All right, now let me see it. Let's show it to Paul. That's an excellent likeness, isn't it?
12:17. This is a good time to do the control EEG, so we go next door. In less than 2 hours, LSD will reach its climax. In most subjects, the alpha index drops, and the frequency analyzer will show the
Oh, das muss richtig scheiße sein, in so einem Set LSD zu nehmen.
gradual emergence of the fast frequency bands. Single light flash will block the alpha waves for at least twice as long a period as it does now. It will modify each time the visual illusions Bill is expected to see as he lies in a dark cage with his eyes closed. EEG abnormalities in a clinical sense are not expected. Now we'll go back to the other room. Before he sits down, he remarks that he begins to walk on air. Here and there, a forced, irrelevant giggle.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel very fine. I feel very buoyant and light and resilient. I feel as though this chair is not as solid as it seems to be. I have a feeling that my hands are not resting against this chair. And I see flashes of color quite a bit. I see this rug, for example, seems to have an awful lot of the complements of violet and yellow. I see a lot of violets and yellows.
Do you know what the exact color of this rug
I
might
assume
be?
that it is gray.
You assume that it was gray?
Yes.
Das ist doch sowieso alles schwarz-weiß. Damals war alles schwarz-weiß, das weiß doch jeder.
All right. Do you find any difference between one half of your body as opposed to the other half?
Well, I have a sort of a wavering tendency. I don't know which half is trying to get into the other half, but somehow or other, and I seem to be going like that.
One half.
It's a very pleasant feeling of nausea, and
Why did you laugh? Why did you laugh just now?
Because the rug seems to be billowing, pulsating.
Can you influence that pulsation? Hold your breath, for instance. Take a deep breath, hold it. Did you stop the pulsation?
More or less.
Now breathe out. Did it change again?
Well, just it gets a little cleverer, that's all.
Clever.
Yes.
In what way does the
Well,
it becomes cleverer?
It seems to feel that I'm going to watch it.
You have the feeling that the rug feels that you are watching it. Is that correct?
Well,
ich weiß es nicht, ist wahrscheinlich sowieso keiner bis hierhin, der wohl kein Englisch geschaut hat, aber auf jeden Fall. Er hat gerade gesagt, der Teppich fühlt, wenn ich ihn anschaue.
Somehow or other, I think that I'd like to rescue myself from the idea that there's so many different realities here. Somehow I feel an observer, and I feel as though all these people are observing me and very amused and very good company. But at the same time, I feel as though I'm in a more exalted position.
Aber er verträgt es schon sehr gut, muss man sagen.
You feel sorry for me that I'm left out of this experience?
Well, I have the feeling that you're enjoying it with me.
Well, I am enjoying it in a sense, yes. Would you give me a description?
Ich finde es so krass, er ist so voll ernst und so, ja, Mama, ich will erzählen, du bist auf Acid, Junge, was geht? Oh.
Of the first thing that you see with eyes closed, and then later on I will hand over a drawing board.
Das ist auch witzig, ja, hier. Das Video, wie man nicht tripsitten sollte.
Try to draw a sketch of it, alright? Now close your eyes first. Close your eyes now. What do you see?
Oh, right.
Go ahead.
Sind aber auch nur 100 Mikros, die er in Intros hat. Ich check das immer nicht, wenn Leute sagen, nur 100 Mikros. Also ich check bei 100 Mikros gar nichts mehr.
You can open your eyes if you want to.
Ja, der malt jetzt irgendwelche Sachen, glaube ich, gleich.
This is purple, isn't it?
No, it happens to be black. You see it purple?
Yes.
Well, this is just a charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it.
Well, in my mind's eye, now I see that it's charcoal.
Yes,
The reality of it is sort of disillusioning.
I see.
Because in every it seems to me.
Der Typ wird mit so ernsten Fragen bei mir nur einen Lachflash verursachen. Ich glaube, mir wird der End out creepen. So. Ich würde das gar nicht
See, I should like to find the words because I can ordinarily find them. But it seems to me that I can't seem to want to say what I want to say. And there are times when I feel exactly what I know that I know what I'm doing, you see. Oh, I do. Somehow or other I can compose this as well as I ever did. Let's see.
Why do you do that now?
Well, the square is the ordinary rectangle, you see. It's one of the perfect means.
I know, but are you trying to reassure yourself that you're capable of drawing?
Yes, I think that's what I would like to do. I'd like to find out what reality I'm in.
137. By now he loses the feeling that his body has substance. He ate his last meal 20 hours ago, but food holds no interest for him.
Very fine, and of course I don't think you can take much credence to what I say because it's, the shifting patterns of things I feel and see around me I do not know what part of what reality again.
Wie er sich da voll gut ausdrückt.
This feeling comes over me of almost like the singing, of angels or something. I think it's the soundtrack or the film going through the machine.
Which makes you feel as if you were hearing the singing of angels.
Yes, and a murmuring.
I see. You had no breakfast, you said?
No.
Well, suppose that we serve you something to eat now because you've been fasting long enough. So, Mr. Manta, would you bring in the lunch?
Well, I really...
Wie fies, die wissen, dass er keinen Hunger hat auf LSD und dann so, oh, wir müssen es noch testen, indem wir es vor ihn setzen. Vor allem wieder noch so Kaffee, oh mein Gott, ein Kaffee auf LSD.
You know, I couldn't eat that.
Weil es ist
Why is that?
Doch.
It seems repugnant and
Nein, das ist ein Eis, oder was ist das?
realistic.
Well, you told me not long ago that you were hungry.
What?
Quasi jeder, der jetzt so in der heutigen Zeit lebt und so getrippt ist oder Leute kennt, die Trip weiß ganz genau, die so. Sehr interessant, sie haben also keinen Hunger, diese Leute. Das ist so, als würde man so in der heutigen Zeit so jemanden viel Alkohol trinken lassen und dann so, versuchen Sie mal hier auf dieser geraden Linie zu gehen. Dann so, sehr interessant, schauen Sie mal. Er kann keine gerade Linie gehen.
But what I'm hungry for is not this sort of thing, because I want to feed off of this feeling of joy,
Oh, wie süß. I want to feed it off the feeling of joy.
which seems to be coming from everything.
Oh,
But somehow I don't seem like I myself. I feel as though I'm several other people, and all of them better, and all very benevolent. I mean, even I feel about that.
Ja, ich fühle den Typ super. Ich weiß, was du meinst. Also man denkt sich schon so nicer Dude irgendwie so und man kann sich gut hineinversetzen, besonders wenn man schon mal LSD genommen hat. Ich glaube, ich würde nie so reagieren wie er, aber man denkt sich so, man kann sich so vorstellen, wie jemand so wie er darauf reagiert. Okay, man sieht es ja genau, also ihr wisst, egal.
That I'm not being I'm not describing the word benevolence the way I mean it.
Well, returning back to the lunch,
Yes.
you don't feel at all like eating at all?
No, not at all.
How
No,
about drinking something? You might be a little
no,
thirsty.
I feel that I'm perfectly adequate. I mean, I can take care of myself from now on. I have no hunger. My sensation is perfect. I mean, it's just a wonderful state.
But I understand that you had nothing to eat. Now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you had nothing to eat since last night when you had your dinner. Don't you think it's about time to eat something? Or drink
Well, I
Oh
generally
Mann,
don't
wie
eat in
sie
the
da
morning.
jetzt noch ewig auf diesem scheiß Punkt rumreiten, dass er nichts isst, so. Oh mein
Well,
Gott.
this is no longer the morning. This is already 1 p.m.
Oh mein
Oh,
Gott.
might be. Maybe I
Well,
should be
why don't you
hungry.
just taste it and maybe you...
Oh mein Gott! Also jetzt bestätigt sich noch einmal viel mehr der Punkt How not to Tripsit. Warte, gibt's hier Kommentare? Hier so ein geiler Kommentar. Amazing how you can see colors back in the 50s. Can we just appreciate that this dude is absolutely tripping his nuts off and is still mastering this interview while speaking so nicely. Ja, safe, man. Ich dachte, es gibt irgendeinen Kommentar darüber über das Essen, dass sie ihm so das Essen reindrücken wollen.
Maybe you will like it. Why don't you just take a stab at it and just
Well-
taste at least this malted milk that we give you?
Well, when you're in such a wonderful situation, why should you try to improve it?
Well, you
Er
told me
genießt
just
es richtig, sehr
a
schön.
few minutes ago that you were thirsty. How come that you don't feel like eating at this time?
I know, but I can see the value of that, but you don't understand the value of the experience itself. You want to have it continue.
Oh
Oh,
mein Gott. Wirkt nicht so wie jemand, der das erste Mal trippt. So. Er hat schon viel zu die weisen, typischen, trippy Sprüche drauf.
In other words,
Ich find's geil, dass er so quasi ein bisschen so, ich will nicht sagen von oben herab runterredet, aber ein bisschen schon von, weil er sagt so, du hast keine Ahnung, Mann, ich habe hier den übelst krassen Chip und du fragst mich hier ernsthaft irgendwie über Essen. Und wenn du nur wüsstest, wie wunderschön die Welt ist. Er ist gerade im Grunde Gott, belächelt seinen Sohn.
our conflict is that I want to limit this and you want this
And
to
I want to have it
continue
go
and
on.
on and on and on.
Yes.
Well, suppose you just taste this malted milk here just to give me an idea whether you have any particular distortion in sensation.
I see what you mean, yes. You want to experiment.
Well, I want to know whether there's any particular feeling connected.
Okay, Milch.
It's the same distortion you get throughout the whole experience.
Such as what?
Well, lopsided.
Oh Gott, ich kann mir gar nicht vorstellen, auf LSD Milch zu trinken, ey. Warum könnt ihr nicht was anderes herstellen?
And you don't seem to be feeling it with your whole body. You seem to be feeling it with a horn-likeness. Things seem to be apexing in. I seem to be listening to myself and being you, the audience, listening to me.
What about the taste?
Wie jetzt halt jetzt gerade auf das sogar noch darauf eingeht, dass man sich das irgendwann anschauen wird.
Does it taste like the anticipated taste of a chocolate malt?
Yes, it
Oder war das jetzt nur auf ihn bezogen?
does. All those things are so well known that there's no sense in doing them. I mean, the fact that I would never eat a hamburger again because it's so vulgar. You've had a hamburger.
What would you like to eat if you had a choice?
Well, what I would like to eat, nothing. I have no, I feel physical again, and I think this is a bad thing.
2 o'clock.
Immer noch.
He's now flying high. We're getting ready for the second drawing. Please
Oh,
note
geil,
that he
geil,
does not
geil.
see the difference between the two pictures.
How long ago was it that I gave you this draw?
Well, at this time I don't have any conception of time passing. I mean,
Well, make a guess.
shit, I can't make any guess at all, really. I mean,
Well, what time of the day do you suppose it is?
about 3 o'clock.
About 3 o'clock. Well, you're only 1 hour wrong in this instance.
But didn't you say that before?
Well, at that time too you were 1 hour wrong.
That's, it has...
Drug has still a good effect on you. It would be important that you would now,
Isn't this
Make
going
it-
backward in time, like a mirror repeating itself or something?
well, if you feel that way it does.
Oh, scheiße, jetzt ist er wirklich schon deutlich mehr am Trippen als jetzt vor 5 Minuten.
Anyhow, what I would like you to do now is to
Ey, sein Blick so, er checkt gar nicht so. Was gibst du mir da an die Hand, Junge?
draw another picture of Paul. Just like
Was? Er so, dein Ernst, Junge?
you did before.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, if you want to say something, you go right ahead.
Oh Gott.
How does your left arm feel while you're doing
Also der
this?
ist Linkshänder. Also
Feels very good.
You still have that pleasant feeling that you described before?
Yes, I still have it. I'll never get over it.
ja, er genießt es.
It's something I'll never be the same.
Now you're
Oh.
getting emotional again. Now look at
Oh, wie geil ist das denn? Ich habe schon mehrere Aufnahmen gesehen, wo Leute so zu der Zeit LSD genommen haben, so schwarz-weiß und so, aber ich glaube, ich habe noch keinen gesehen, der es so sehr genießt. Er weint, weil das so
the picture now. Look at
Ich habe auch noch so ein CIA-Experiment gesehen, wo sie es zum anderen Typ geben, aber der Künstler, der appreciated das wirklich.
the picture. Look at it. And just concentrate on the eyebrows. That's where you were. Just look at it. You said it takes about 5 minutes, isn't it? Correct?
5 minutes.
Oh, come on, now concentrate on it. Do you have the feeling of reality when you look at this paper and you hold the pencil in your hand?
No. Yes and no. I don't...
Yes and no is correct. All right, now let's go on.
Okay, then we can go.
Fine. Good. Do you find it easier to draw this picture or a little more difficult?
It's a lot of fun.
Das ist geil, wie er die Antwort der Frage ausgewichen ist. Und dann muss er auch noch den Dude malen, der so sau ernst schaut.
Just about right. Bill, suppose you take a look at these two pictures and compare them, and let's see if you have any comments.
Not very finished.
Do you see any big difference?
Not really.
No real big difference.
The eyes, for example, are the same to me. And the line of the nose is the same. And the mouth is still sweet mouth.
Okay, fine.
Okay?
248.
Geil. Oh, geil, er ist wieder so emotional.
You feel happy now? Do you feel happy?
Yes.
Well, you must be because you have tears in your eyes.
Oh mein Gott, er ist so am Gönnen.
Is that a beautiful experience, would you say?
Das ist ein guter Kommentar. Der Wissenschaftler hätte vorher Acid nehmen müssen, dann wäre das Experiment safe ganz anders aufgebaut. Ja. Bei MK Ultra war ja immerhin das Krasse, dass der Sidney Gottlieb, also der Hauptverantwortliche für MK Ultra, auch selbst großer Fan von Acid war und das wirklich sehr häufig auch selbst genommen hat. Das kann man immerhin positiv über den Dude sagen.
I would say yes.
Describe it again.
Oh, I don't know. It's just giving and
You're doing fine, just try to describe it.
you don't know.
Das ist so geil.
You want to give yourself... You want to give yourself as much as you can.
What happens when I do this?
I know,
Dieses behinderte Klatschen so. So als würde er, what's happened when I did this? Oh Mann, das ist wirklich der schlechteste Tripsitter, den es überhaupt gibt.
Nothing much, except that I was sort of getting somewhere and you interrupted it.
So ein Wichser, Mann, er macht ernsthaft den scheiß Trip kaputt, ey.
I see.
Sort of irritating in a way, I suppose.
I know, but I thought that maybe we can rest a little bit because this experience was getting to be a little overwhelming, isn't that right?
Nein! Oh mein Gott.
Well, I wouldn't say. I'd like to keep it up.
Also bin ich leider, die Erfahrung scheint trotz dieses absolut grauenhaften Setting eine gute Erfahrung zu sein, aber trotzdem gibt der Arzt wirklich sein Bestes, es zu zerstören. Was soll das Klatschen bewirken? Was hat er sich dabei gedacht? So quasi, es kommt mir mal so vor, als wäre das ganze Experiment auch so experimentiert, so klatschen wir einfach mal schauen, was bringt, so keine Ahnung. Ja, das Klatschen soll ihn bestimmt wieder einen Moment bringen. Das dachte ich mir auch, aber ich finde es halt unfair, weil er hatte gerade endlich geile Zeit und dann so, hey, hör auf, die geile Zeit zu haben. Das ist voll assi. Geil. Was für ein cooler Typ ich wäre, mit dem könnte man echt mal cool trippen. This is a good advertisement for LSD. I'll have what he's having. I'd like to find out what reality I'm in. Amen, brother. Then he finds out he got the placebo. Ja, das ist ein guter Kommentar. Nobody should experience on other people with LSD without trying it themselves. Otherwise, they have no concept of the experience. I'm not even high. And that doctor's persistent question is ruining my trip. I would like to see the doctor on acid and the other guy interviewing him.